It's worse when we're talking about or hearing speculation about you fighting somebody that literally fights 3 weight divisions lower than you.
Very excited. You know, this is the biggest fight of my career, if it happened, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Amir Crawford?
Yeah.
I think Canelo's just too big for Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford is another, amazing fighter.
A Smith has issued a strong warning to Terence Crawford during a live interview expressing his disapproval of his fight with Canelo. Alvarez Smith said he hates this fight and believes it's a terrible idea. According to him, Crawford is 3 weight classes below Canelo and simply too small to compete. He urged Crawford to reconsider, warning that the size and power difference could be dangerous for him.
Reaction to the idea of Crawford versus Canelo?
I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I think that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think that Canelo is one of those folks. But Canelo is fighting at 168, which means he's walking around heavier.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who faced Canelo in 2016, issued a stark warning to Crawford. Khan admitted he underestimated the weight gap and called Canelo a beast in the ring. Khan said now he understands why weight classes exist.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast, and when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was gonna fight, I was gonna give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well. But one thing, sizes. Now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. I still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better.
Boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. had no hesitation in offering. His take: Crawford should not fight Canelo at 168 lbs. He'll get knocked out for sure. Chavez predicted Chavez respects Crawford's talent, but believes that at the super middleweight division, Canelo is simply too strong and powerful. Coming from someone who's seen decades of boxing history, this warning carries serious weight.
The two fighters are going to be different weight classes, even though they're going to fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is going to knock him out.
Despite the warnings, Crawford remains confident. He has publicly stated that he's faced opponents bigger than Canelo before and believes his superior skills would prevail. According to Crawford, Canelo's main advantage is size, not technique, but this self-belief is what makes Crawford special to many fans. He's never ducked a challenge and always backs himself to find a way to win. However, as many experts argue, facing Canelo at 168 lb may be a completely different beast.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo go?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Speaking in a live interview, Smith issued a firm warning: Crawford is entirely too small. He emphasized that Crawford would need to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo, a jump that history shows rarely favors the smaller man. Despite Crawford's skill set, Smith believes the size disparity could be dangerous. He needs to let it go, Smith said bluntly, adding that even if Crawford could land clean shots, he might not be able to hurt Canelo.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Renowned coach Joel Diaz didn't mince words either, saying that the idea of Crawford beating Canelo is stupid. He emphasized the size difference and pointed out that Canelo has faced and beaten elite-level super middleweights and light heavyweights. From a trainer's perspective, Diaz sees this as a mismatch that would not end well for Crawford.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did you do to Madrimov? Nothing. A lot. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
John Garcia echoed these sentiments, noting that while Crawford is an incredible boxer, Canelo's experience and physicality create a nearly insurmountable challenge. No matter how good Crawford is, Canelo is just too big. Garcia explained Stephen A. Smith while acknowledging Crawford's elite skill set and historic dominance at welterweight posed a very important question. Can he even hurt Canelo? He suggested that even if Crawford performs well, technically, it won't matter if he can't physically affect Canelo without enough punching.
You know what? I think my initial reaction would be to say that I think that Crawford would be the superior boxer, as great as Canelo is, as seasoned as he is, with 65 fights, if I recall, on his record. I think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, he can't keep him off of him. He says it's a legacy fight. He believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Alvarez, which is why we haven't really seen him in the ring against anybody else. Unfortunately, that's the business of boxing. He's a victim of it, not a...
Promoter Eddie Hearn described the matchup as a freak fight. While he respects both fighters, he warned that the size difference makes the contest feel more like a spectacle than a fair fight. Hearn believes that even if Crawford performs well, the public might not give him the credit he deserves because of the clear size mismatch. Likewise, if Canelo wins, people might brush it off as a fight. He was always supposed to win.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35, 35, 40, 47, 54. sooner or later it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Trainer Robert Garcia took a different angle, stating that many fans simply don't want this fight. He believes the boxing community would prefer to see Crawford take on someone closer to his size or a top contender at 154 or 160. LB, according to Garcia, this matchup feels forced and lacks the natural competitiveness that makes great fights memorable.
I want to see Crawford versus Canelo. I think people are going to say, oh, that's too much, moving up 2 more weight divisions, 2 more. Thank you, man. Thank you. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think that'll bring that much attention anymore, because I think if you were going out there and destroy this guy, then okay, he can move up and fight against Canelo, but I think it'll be hard for people to buy that, that he could fight somebody like Canelo, because Canelo's just too big. That's 2 weight divisions.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next.